There is always a reason to celebrate, and today we are going to play around while we're creating. Today is National Scrabble Day, and I love that you can create a handmade card that's personalized and fun to do. This is Jamie with gettingcrafty.net. We're going to join right now in creating this custom sweet little Scrabble nod to our friend Bonnie and a few others, as I felt like I just needed to send some encouragement to those people that encourage and love on me. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of a punch art style with this. Some of it is retiring and some of it's new, and I want to make sure we get it and play it with you. Let's go ahead and play and create right now. There's always a good excuse to create and celebrate, and I love Scrabble Day, but I'm going to let you in on a secret. I've never played Scrabble. I'm dyslexic, and this seems like stress to me to play. Though if I can lay it out, I love to make art with it, and we've done various things for gifts for people using Scrabble tiles. But I love this. This came to mind when I realized there was a game day, and my kids and I, we are game people. I was raised playing board games at my grandmother's. So this is a love you card in honor of Scrabble with the new pretty peacock ink, but it's also featuring the retiring. We have the retiring Sahara sand, soft suede, and this goes inside of these retiring envelopes, these elongated envelopes that you want to get, because once they're gone, Stampin' Up! Is not bringing them back. So these are the slim line envelopes. You want to have them. I'm just saying, it's an amazing way to send an elongated, unusual card. Now, this is an easy card to create in probably less than 10 minutes, and we're going to personalize it. This is for a good friend of mine, Bonnie. I was praying for her. I'm making a card today for Jane, but then I have another creative friend named Bonnie who saw this card on one of my reels or shorts. I don't know which one it was. I have to think back. And she's like, well, how about for me? And I was like, yes, why not send it to my friend Bonnie? She's in New York. My other friend Bonnie is here in Marion, Indiana. And I wanted to send it to my friend Jane as well, because Jane's been in my thoughts and prayers. So if you have people in your thoughts and your prayers, this is an easy one to do. Now, we're going to need, you could probably do this with the trimmer as well, paper trimmer, but I like to do this technique with our Simply Scored board. It's super easy, and I'm going to use the smaller tip here. And so we are going to just very quickly, all the measurements for this is on my blog at gettingcrafty.net with the supplies and the link in the bio. If you want to get your hands on the colors that are new early and with a discount, make sure you let me know. You just join our Getting Crafty family and you have access right away. So here is our Scrabble board. And I have to laugh because I had to look it up. I've never played Scrabble. And when I looked it up and I saw that the pretty peacock was a color featured on a variety of the traditional battle boards, I got excited. I believe my grandparents did have Scrabble, but it was just nothing I ever went to, probably because of my dyslexia. It's just what it is, right? Like, I know my strengths. And for me, game playing is not a master of stress. Instead, it's all about like having fun and bonding with people. And yeah, the stress of maybe taking people out. I might be a little bit competitive when I'm playing games. I usually have to talk myself out of competition. Are you the same way? Or are you one of those that can play for just fun and not get stressed out? I have to really kind of talk myself out of a lot when I'm doing games or sports. That's kind of traditional though with our family. We're a bunch of A-typers. So I'm going to take these little squares that I've cut down incrementally in the pretty peacock, and I'm using the multi-purpose liquid adhesive for a reason. Once I put it down, I can then move it about. So you can see here, I've measured them out and incrementally gone down a little bit just so this kind of represents the board. Now, Sahara sand is retiring, and it makes me sad because I really like this color. What's funny is that my friend Bonnie actually called these two colors, the Sahara sand and the soft suede. She said those two are going to end up retiring, and she seems to know these things. So my friend Bonnie in Marion, I don't know if my friend Bonnie in New York did. So my Bonaboos, I love you girls. And I pray for a lot of friends. And recently my friend Jane, she's been on my heart. And so I just thought I wanted to send her some encouragement. She is so quick to encourage everybody in her life, much like the Bonnies in my life as well. If you're an encourager, do you know what your love language is? Are you a words of encouragement? Are you quality time? There's a lot of ways to show encouragement and love. And I hope to just be better at it as I get older. Maybe I'll have more time to be encouraging, or make more time. Is that what it is, really? Maybe you just need to make more time. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit that bell. We want you to make sure that you join us all week long. We have lives and reels and movies and videos and all kinds of fun that's constantly coming out all week long on my channels. And you can see all of the tutorials with measurements and supplies at gettingcrafty.net. Now, generally, we are live on Tuesday evenings, so you can join with us and interact. We have people joining us from all over the world, from New Zealand and Australia, down under, to our friends in Europe, in Italy. And I love to butcher accents. My friends down under say I'm not too bad. And my kids laugh. There's a reason why I have a tendency to pick up languages. I'm very linguistically based and auditory. So I grew up in a primarily Hispanic community, and I have a tendency to pick up a very clear, perfect inflection of a variety of languages. So we have here these little squares that I've filled in. So this is how quick and easy it is. We're going to stamp using the Alpha Best stamp set the words that we see here. And we have the soft suede ink pad. We have our little tiles. I'm going to move the other to the side. And we have the Alpha Best. Now, this is my recommendation. Have one of our chamois nearby in order to stamp it off so that you can put it away right away. I am really good at losing stuff, especially photopolymer like projects. You don't want to do that. Okay, so being who I am going to end up stamping it like as if I'm spelling it. So L, and then use grid paper underneath. And this is why. If you center it on a piece of grid paper, you're inclined to stamp straighter. The nice thing is with Scrabble tiles is you don't really have to. You don't have to, because they're always off just a little bit because it is wood and it's like burned on, you know. L-O. V, we're going to stamp it off. And then we're going to do the E and the Y and the U. Super easy. And then I'm going to show you guys what I did to the inside to create like a cheat on a tile. You could do it a couple different ways. You could actually score and make it into a full scrapbook on the inside if you wanted to. I can be a little bit lazy and I want to do a cheat. So this is my cheat. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second here. Why? And we don't need to do the O again. When I first did this, I did, and I was like, why do I have an extra letter? And I totally freaked out, not realizing that they use each other's happy spaces, right? Y-O-U. Now, if you've seen me use this Alpha Best stamp set in the past, you can see how easy it would be to flip letters. It was so funny. I think I did an R instead of a Y. I can't remember what we did, but it was hysterical. We were all laughing on my live because I screwed it up. So I always go back to the front of this to reference which of those would be best. So then we're just going to build it on here. Okay, so we have the exterior of this and it's still a little wet. So when you see things that are kind of maybe off a smidge, you can still turn it while it's setting. Another reason why I really love using the multi-purpose liquid adhesive with a project, especially like this. Is it a punch? No, but it's kind of punch art-y in my opinion. And such a great way. Now you can do home, you can do family, you could make this larger and do getting crafty, you can do create, you can do all kinds of custom things. You can do last names, you can do first names, you can do happy birthday. It's just how big you want to make it, right? That might be like a framed art for you. So we're going to set that to the side, and it's going to go on top of this elongated card in the pretty peacock. So might as well just put that down, because if you know me, I can get things lost really easily. Then I'm going to show you how to easily go ahead, and you could put this on with dimensionals if you wanted to. I'm not. I'm just using an elongated card here. I think it does enough on its own. You could elevate this if you wanted to and sponge around every tile that you've stamped. I just choose not to. Is it lazy? Is it? I just don't think it's necessary for what I'm doing. Like, it would elevate, but yeah. Okay. So my friend Bonnie, she's B-O-N-N-I-E. So that's B-O-N-N-I-E. That's 6. But Jane is J-A-N-E, right? So you have 4. And so what we're going to use is our score tool right here. And I like to personalize it like on the bottom. So I'm going to come up and turn this, and I'm going to go an inch, and I'm going to watch the side. Can you see those measurements? One of the reasons I love our scoreboard is that there's measurements on both sides. So we're going to come in, and I'm going to take this here. You can even kind of go smaller if you wanted to. And I'm going to go down. The other one was a little bit bigger. I'm going to go down. So Bonnie, Jane, J-A-N-E. So we're looking at 4, right? So I'm going to go to the number 4. And I'm just going to come here, and I'm standing above it. If I'm not perfect, nobody's going to die. Like, really. Right there. And then we're just going to come in and do every inch. Is that what we're doing? I kind of messed up. You guys, it should have been inch by inch, and I moved it down 3/4 by an inch. Is Jane going to hate me for it? No. I'll just do inch by inch. If you'll see for the original card that I was doing is the design, you can see I did inch by inch for Bonnie's name right there. Then just to highlight it, I just grabbed my soft suede coordinating pen here. And then I'm just going to go in and kind of draw a nice dark line. Go across. You can use a ruler. You can just freehand it like I'm doing. Does it have to be perfect? No, I think sometimes there's a little beauty in the imperfection of handmade. It just shows that you went above and beyond and that you loved on somebody. Then you can just come inside and then stamp it, right? So we're going to do J, which is over here. I think the R, we used it for the J. Was that what it does? Do you guys anybody remember? If you're joining me and you remember what I did and you want to laugh about it with me, comment, because I won't remember. So this is for Jane. So we're going to go J, and I'm going to stamp it off. And then I put it back. There's a reason why. I'm really, really good at losing stuff. Really good. And I'm going to kind of clean that. Here. Leave it to me to just kind of like grab everything with my fingernail. Y'all just laugh with me on this one. And we do have great photopolymer stamp sets. I prefer red rubber, just between you and I. Shh, don't judge. But I do. So now I know the A is here. And I'm going to go through and then just stamp that. And there's nothing sweeter than a personalized card. And our sweet Jane and Bonnie, and actually my other friend Bonnie, they're amazing at making people feel loved and heard. 3 very different women, all with just like this big heart for people. And I'm really grateful for those people in my life. I don't know about you, but I often need encouragement. I often feel like my inner voice, oy vey. One of my dearest friends, she lives back east, and so as well, she actually lives in the northern parts of the United States. And so she and I were just talking yesterday via text, and I told her that I was going to go see a bunch of people, and I was convinced they're all going to hate me. And she was like, what? Where do you get these thoughts? Like, she just totally doesn't think that way. And she's like, everybody loves you. And I was like, I don't think they do. I don't know. Am I alone on those thoughts? Like, do you guys ever get like that where you just are convinced everybody hates you? I don't know. Stupid. It's all a lie of the devil. Don't believe it. You're fabulous. And honestly, I had to laugh. She's like, I was like, yeah, I'm a hard pill for some people to take. She's like, totally. She goes, but you're also just like the world's biggest blessing for most people if they'll just do it. She goes, but that's not on you. That's on them. Don't you love a good friend like that, you guys? And I just see, I totally screwed that up by applying, like I dropped it on there. So what I'm going to do is take that, and I'm going to rub it off with my chamois. Our chamois are good for so much, and this is kind of drying a little bit, so you can take it to the end of the card. You can also, if you're worried the adhesive is there, you can take our embossing buddy and just kind of rub across that, and it absorbs any adhesive that might be on your project. So this is for a card for Love You, Jane, and Love You, Bonnie. I hope this will be a blessing to them. What do you think? Whether you can spell or not, you can always look it up, and you can honor somebody when you play around with a reason to celebrate. There is an excuse to celebrate every single day, and if you can use that to create a card, which is kind of my plan, is I create cards, I always don't get them mailed out, and that's my plan, is to take handmade cards and send them out with people in mind. So if you're going to be like me and want to do a blessing campaign, this is a fun way to do so. I love how this came out. This is for Jane. And this is for Bonnie, and I'll make another one for my other friend Bonnie because it's perfect for her too. I love it. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want to Scrabble with me? Do you want to come and play along? If you haven't already seen these upcoming videos, and go ahead and create with us all week long. Subscribe and hit that bell if you haven't already so that we can create with you. Yes, you, all week long. If I don't see you beforehand, have a wonderful weekend and find a reason to celebrate every day. God bless. Talk to you later, and see all of the lists for the supplies down in my blog. If you want to get the stuff early, make sure you let me know. I'll talk to you later. Bye.